Hi there, I'm Cassidy and I'm currently a college student. And even though I'm a computer science major, I've written tons of papers from everything about hard drives to post-racialism to literature to even the writing process itself. So suffice it to say that whatever major you are, writing is very important in college and then also later on in your career. This is my dog Stormy, and she just graduated her puppy school, which is kind of like high school for dogs. She learned all the basic elements to make her successful in her little doggy life, just like in high school how you learn the basic skills to be successful in whatever you choose to do next, right? Well, anyways, as a college student myself, I realized that the elements that made her successful in her class paralleled the elements that make you successful in writing in some ways, and I wanted to share those with you today.
Time is all around, except inside my clock.
So the first point I want to go over with you is background. For Stormy, when she was first starting her puppy classes, she didn't know how to even go on a walk properly, let alone do things like sit and stay. So we had to acknowledge her background, that she was a puppy, and where she was coming from, and not expect her to know these things to give her patience and positive encouragement because of her background. So background has a similar effect for college students. It might be that you grew up with a really positive writing experience, or it could be that writing was really stressful for you. Either way, it's going to affect the mindset you carry into writing later on, whether you're doing a paper for college, or you're writing a cover letter for a job, or you're doing research and you need to do a report on it. You're going to carry in this mindset of whatever your background is. So it's important to acknowledge it. Know that you can be successful. You just need a bit of patience with yourself and know that you're still learning.
Leaves become most beautiful when they're about to die.
So the next thing I want to cover is writing process strategies. For Stormy's puppy school, I learned very quickly we couldn't just put off all the training to the last minute or else she wouldn't learn it. We had to do a little bit every day, and not every trick had the same strategies. What worked for sit didn't work for stay and certainly wouldn't work for heel. So we had to adjust strategies based on what we were doing and work every day at it. Sit. Down. Down. Heel. Heel. Sit. Good girl. So just like with Stormy's tricks, the writing process shouldn't be put off, but should be worked at little by little and day by day. And you'll have a diverse set of strategies for different projects. What works for a paper and a cover letter might not be the same strategy you use for a Christmas card. For example, with a paper, you will want to maybe outline first and start really early. That way you have enough time to put out a quality product. But with a Christmas card, it's maybe not as important to start early with it. Having multiple strategies allows you to be prepared for success, whether you're in college or beyond.
Time is all around. Time is all around.
So the next thing I want to talk about is rituals. With Stormy, we practiced in the same time and place every day. This created a continuity that helped get her into the right mindset for her training. And we also used special treats to help motivate her and give her positive associations with it. Sit. 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 So in a similar way, rituals can help the writing process too. Having a certain time or place and tools you use can help you create focus and a positive environment for writing. Personally, I like to write in the afternoon with tea and a candle nearby, but it might be different for you. The important thing is that the rituals help you focus and create a positive environment. That way, no matter what you're doing, whether it's for college with an essay, or it's a write-up for research, you're able to create that environment of focus.
Leaves become most beautiful when they're about to die.
So the last point I want to cover is audience. With audience, it had more to do with what I was doing than what Stormy was doing. As I was trying to teach her, I had to keep in mind who my audience was, a dog. I couldn't explain things like I would to a normal person. I had to keep in mind how Stormy understood the world around her and cater towards her understanding in order to communicate with her. Stormy, I want you to sit down. Give that back, please. Stormy. Sit down. Stormy, please sit down. I don't want you to play with this. I want you to sit before you can have this. So, just like how I had to remember who my audience was when I was talking to Stormy, it's important to know who your audience is when you're writing, because you wouldn't talk to a professor the way you talk to your friends, would you? So, for example, if you're writing to other academics in your field or your career, or you're writing a paper in college, you might want to use more technical terms, that way you establish your credibility. But if you're writing to a more general audience, for example with journalism, you might use more broad language, that way you cater towards the general public and help them understand. The important thing is to keep in mind who your audience is and how you can present the information in a way that they will be most receptive to. All in all, just like Stormy had multiple factors contributing to her success in puppy school, there are multiple factors that contribute to your success in writing, both in college and out of college. You need to acknowledge your background and not let it hold you back. Don't wait till the last minute to write and have multiple strategies in your arsenal. That way you're prepared for any writing situation. Create rituals that enhance focus, not detract from it, and know who your audience is and how you can cater towards them. It's not just one quality that makes you successful, but the marriage of all the qualities working together that makes success in writing. They will ensure your success both in college and whatever you choose as a career, whether you're a nurse or a journalist or a programmer like me. And here's a bonus piece of grammar advice. Stormy may have claws at the end of her paws, but a comma's got a pause at the end of its claws.
Leaves become most beautiful